I would like to call this meeting of the Rotary Club of Cape Charles to order. We would normally begin with sort of attendance, if you will. We have 3 board members present, and we anticipate the arrival of the 4th. So until Polly arrives, I would like us to continue with just committee reports, basically. So let's start with the Secretary's report, if that's all right. Paul, are you ready?
Treasurer. The treasury report for March is on the screen, and if you'd rather look at something, what do I do with the put them underneath here? In print, then that's the fiscal year to date totals for everything, and it has the March expenses listed there. So there's nothing that unusual. We paid get a couple of we've gotten some new lapel pins for Interact Club members. That was one of the few operating expenses. The only other one was our lunches to pay to the brewery. And we donated $800 to American Legion for Boy State, $1,000 reimbursement to me for the Disaster Aid Europe contribution our club made, and then I sent $1,000 to the district for Riley, and then the rest was just miscellaneous collections from members. So we ended up with $25,310 rounding off in the total in our bank account, 18,010 of which is in the contribution fund, and about $7,300 still in the operating fund. And then also had distributed the totals to date versus our budget. Any questions? We can't approve it because we don't have a form.
Right. Well, I have one comment about it. We're sitting on a ton of money, really more. I think we should. Now, fortunately, most of it is in the charity. It's there to be given away. As we look to the future and to Mark's year, there's the potential of a rather large charitable donation to keep the reading program going. And that could be as much as $3,000. Now, I think this is a good time to start to address that. We probably should, for one thing, the Export Club made no donation this year, and that's all right. Everything came up very suddenly, but I think that we should go back to them and ask them to make some kind of a donation. Who should we ask to contact? Well, I mean, okay, that's fine. I will.
Look, I'm not.
You're talking about with next year's funds, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next fiscal year.
And to see what that donation is.
And keep in mind, the Education Foundation has already put in their budget a few $1,000s. I can tell you exactly how much.
For next year?
Yeah.
Now that's in addition to what they're contributing.
For the next site.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They feel, and I feel as a Rotarian as well, that we ought to urge the school administration or our board of supervisors to begin to take on a heavy load of that as well. That should
Oh,
be, that
okay.
should be part of the education budget. We shouldn't be obliged to carry them. We'll participate.
If it works,
It works.
okay.
And I just talked to Gary Anderson this morning. Every school system division in Southampton, except Portsmouth, is on board.
Okay.
And Petersburg will be on board next year. This thing is working.
Well, no. No, I hope that.
Yeah, and it is working. At Friday's Education Foundation meeting, Lisa Myers gave it a glowing report.
Oh, really? Now, Lisa Martin,
Martin,
Lisa Martin. He did a glowing report? Really?
yeah, she was so excited because you know the reading chapters,
Yeah.
the chapters. She got the state police to participate,
Oh, wow.
and they were there in their uniforms, and that's great for the kids.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So this thing
Yeah.
is the best thing we ever done.
But do you think our school system will
It's in.
will pay?
No, the point is, if
If they're-
anybody here looked at the budget that they have just approved and where they don't
They're
have
short.
sufficient funds now to cover their needs.
Yeah, that's.
So
always
it's
what
great
my
to
question-
say, get them to do it, but
But they're getting money from the state.
yeah, they are, Bill, but it's still not.
We're
enough.
off the record here.
Well, even
What
if
is
it
it
were
that
just a
you say?
small amount,
Yeah, they should.
even if they
Look,
can't.
oh,
swing
They
it.
have a multi-million-dollar budget. We're
You just
talking
can't
about
sit
30
here and
thousand.
say
Now, let-
that
Well,
there's
that's a
school
lot.
to do. You
Yeah.
have to look
Relative-
at what's available and talk with the board of supervisors who have to approve the budget for the school.
Okay, let's get back to Rotary business.
Yeah.
Relative to Jim's comments, I will point out that we started the year with an even bigger surplus than we got. Now, we started the year with $21,550 running off in the charitable fund, and now we have $18,000, and we've got another at least $3,000 to go to the Rotary Foundation and Polio Plus in June. And we've got about $1,000 we're going to spend on Invisible History. And other monies that are still unspent. So it's
Some of it is.
it's not like, so we're gonna have spent down. What does that add up? $8,000 to $10,000 probably of the surplus that we had. And we shouldn't, I don't think we should spend it all in 1 year.
No, I'm not, I wouldn't close that.
It should be a pad that we gradually dip into, for the future.
Right.
And one reason we're gonna dip into it more this year is that we decided not to do a spring run. Which is usually a source of another $1,500 or $2,000 or so. And we're not doing that this year, primarily because we had this surplus. And we decided to go ahead and use it and not keep fleecing the members for.
I
these things.
think we need to figure out whether we have any extra to give away. And we probably, how much do you think we should be setting aside for the next cycle of the reading program? Okay, 4,000. Okay,
Yeah.
And
That's
that's
Might
high.
require
And that's
some,
high.
it might require its own fundraiser. It's just, we're gonna have trouble.
Maybe three.
Mark and Jackie and I will sit down and have a meeting early in your term to come up with the budget for next year. We usually do it, after the year started. After we can then see what our total expenses were for the previous year and how much money we have it left at that point starting the year, and then So, I mean, in an ideal world, you do that before the year starts, but
Paul, how much have we
We're not
given
happy
away
with it.
this year?
Hmm?
How much have you given away all told this year? Probably not including
I
the
can,
grant
I
money.
can tell you that pretty quick, I think.
Hey, Holly, thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Sorry, I need to put this on my calendar.
Well, this is an unusual date. Thank you.
Let's see. Actually, the year to date, didn't have that. What we've spent in charitable expenses so far this year total is $32,000.
We've given away $32,000.
Wait.
This year.
No, wait a minute.
That's expenses.
20, I'm looking at expenses. That's what we're talking about.
No, you saw
Oh,
my
here's some,
contribution.
yeah, yes.
We've given away. I'm sorry. At this point, we've given away $25,000. Our budget is to give away $32,000, and we'll make that every bit of it.
And so we're on track to give another 7,000. Okay,
Yeah,
well, so
and what we've brought in,
scheduled. So we're 11. I mean, so we get 7,000 that we're. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have fixed it.
what we've brought in is close to $18,000. Then we shifted another 4,000 from operations to charity.
Okay, good.
Several months ago, so that we could cover the reading program.
And does the 25,000 include the grant or no?
No, the grant was actually
In addition. Well,
I think the grant is included in income.
Yeah, the Invisible History Project, that's a grant,
That's the grant.
$7,800 out to that.
But that was covered. Yep, we have $9,800 in grant funds, and we're gonna spend it all. We've got it all mapped out how to spend it.
But of that 25.
I'd like to maybe we. I'd just like to see exactly how.
Yeah.
So we'll get together. All right, this has been very helpful.
Yeah, and I know you're way behind on your emails, but I did send you on accounting so far. I showed you how much money was left for printing the rep cards.
Oh,
And I asked you to check and see how many rep cards we could print for that amount. And if we need more than that,
okay.
then our club is gonna have to fund it from our budget.
So that's right. That would be the 1,000. Maybe.
No,
Okay.
no, it's 1,000 just for the palace. It's well.
Oh,
7,500.
that's right.
only
That's right. That's right. Okay. Right. Okay. Could be. Who
So
knows?
we got plenty of expenses still coming.
All right. This is good. We have. I know that you would like. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to give a real quick president's report and just
Well,
say.
I'm sorry, we do have a quorum now, so we can approve the budget.
Very good.
The treasury report.
Excellent. Could we have a motion to approve the treasurer?
Second.
Moved by Mark, seconded by Holly. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
And
And
we can approve the minutes from last meeting.
very good. Thank you
I
too.
move we approve.
Could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Moved by Holly, seconded by Mark. And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. I'm going to keep the president's report brief. I have met with Ralph Dowd and I are looking into ways that we can maybe help this tutoring group in town. And it's been very interesting and very fruitful. And it turns out that there are lots of other people, Wayne Bell, chief among them, who are putting together or have already put together tutoring, right? In fact, they've had tutoring for 4 years for athletes at high school. And there is an African-American group,
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Kappa Alpha Psi, thank you, that has 14 volunteers who are ready to come in and tutor. So, and in the Education Foundation, discussions are still underway, but it's hopefully we're going to be in a position to help. And Rotary would still, we haven't met with them, with the tutoring people yet. And we're getting to that point very quickly, see exactly what they need. But we've just kind of established, we were just kind of looking around and seeing what's out there. And the answer is quite a bit. So with that, I would like to move to new business. And I know that you have a motion that you'd like to make about a microphone.
Not on the board.
Well, I would like, would you please,
Let Mark give a presentation. Well,
right,
you can do.
I'd like to make a motion, or yeah, well, I would like to hear a motion that we purchase a new microphone for the benefit of members listening on Zoom or on our Zoom recording. And if we could have a second, then we can open the floor to debate and we can invite. Would someone be willing to move? Someone,
Second, basically.
you second,
Just to open the floor to Bill to
Yeah, well,
justify
yeah,
it.
great. So moved by Holly, seconded by Paul. And now we can open the floor for discussion.
I'm happy Diane is here. There have been numerous complaints, and in fact, if you listen to the Zoom recording, the audio is iffy. It comes in, it comes out. It's not consistent, and the reason is we paid all but $17 for that microphone. So I've researched other mics, and it seems one of the features of a good mic for a meeting like this is that it's omnidirectional. That's the term they use, and it's for conference rooms. So in doing web research, you can spend as much as you want on a mic, and for $1,000 we could have a mic that would just be fabulous, but that's stupid. For around $100, you can get a very good mic. In fact, the one I'm recommending is manufactured by Shure, Shure. If you're an audio fan back in the 50s and 60s, you'll remember hi-fi equipment and turntables manufactured by Shure. They have a good one. It's omnidirectional. It's about $100 and some, and you know it's good because it doesn't have a UBS plug on it. It has the kind of plug you would use in a big, audio system. So you have to buy an adapter to get a UBS connection. And it'll come out about $120
With the adapter.
with the adapter.
My only question is, I know you were interested in a speaker like I had and felt that it worked well.
Yeah, it
but
did.
The new ones have a built-in mic.
Yeah, but it might not be might
Yeah, I
not
don't know
be
if you did anything. I don't know
omnidirectional.
what
And we can still use yours.
Yeah.
If we want, if the complaint is you guys can't hear me, we can
Yeah.
plug yours in as well. Oh, I don't know.
And no, it's all Bluetooth. So you want to plug it in.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So would you give your speaker to Rotary?
No.
Yeah, we've tested Holly's speaker,
I mean,
and it's really
and
good.
I don't mean that in a bad way.
I know what you mean. I was
Use it.
kidding. I was kidding.
I use it, but
What do you expect you to?
yeah, that's what I was saying.
But we can borrow it
I
from
don't
time
know.
to time.
The new ones, just like it, have a microphone built in. Now, is it meet our needs for what we need? I'm not sure, but it would serve two purposes, and one, I think it's in that $100 to $150 range, and it's all Bluetooth. You wouldn't have to have an adapter. So that's.
Are you buying one?
Was
We could
planning on
test
it.
it.
Was planning on it.
Well,
If I buy one,
it's a
just
good
gonna
point.
use it.
You have to have an integrated speaker mic unit, but we would have to test it because it's the mic part that's.
Yeah.
The speaker is not. It's not so important. No offense. To necessarily have the whole group hear you when you're remote.
Well,
Yeah,
except
that's
for-
true.
Remote speaker.
Because we can, if the room quiets
Yeah,
down,
that's
Here.
speaker.
we can hear even with
Yeah.
the speaker on the mic, on the.
Yeah, but we've talked about doing Zoom speakers.
yeah, I think the group should
capability
be
of
able
that.
to hear.
I guess we need to put them on a projector and have a screen.
Oh God, Zoom speakers. Let them
Well,
bring
here's
their
the
butts
thing.
in here.
You can't hear when we are trying to participate because you can't hear us.
Yeah, I think having a remote speaker is a real challenge. We would have to get a very good speaker.
Wouldn't mind. I would not have a problem purchasing one of those, and we could
We
try.
could
it.
use
If it doesn't
yours.
work, we'll send it back.
Well, no,
Then
but
have the mic on there.
Holly, we could always borrow if we knew in advance we were going to have a speaker. We could ask you to lend us your speaker that day.
Well, I mean, if there's
That's
you
this
people on
kind of
Zoom want to be heard as
yeah.
well, I mean, you're trying to.
Well, they will. They will. They'll hear on their machines.
Well, but I'm
They want us to hear them.
This is,
Yeah.
this is beginning to sound like a committee meeting.
Yeah, probably.
So, I think the board can, what I would like to, in the interest of time, and to allow you guys to figure out what you, I would like to, yeah, I'd like to say, at a cost of up to
I
what?
think 150.
Okay. And the board is willing to pay up to $150 for a new microphone. And if it's a microphone speaker, that's fine.
Well, two different things. You know,
It's up to you guys.
yeah,
We're just gonna say for a new microphone, but you know something? If you buy if it's a microphone speaker, that's
the
my
microphone speaker has to have an
omnidirectional,
omnidirectional.
you know.
you guys work it out.
I'll look at it. And that's up to $150.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look at it.
If you think that's enough.
I'll amend my motion to reflect up to $150 to purchase microphones or microphone/speaker combo.
All right. All in favor?
Guys,
Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
I'll consult with you.
Well, I'll look at it.
Now, trying to think. Is there any other new business before we turn to this
yeah,
opt-in?
two things. One is, Medi has signed a contract with Palace Theater for our use of the facility for the launch of the Invisible History Tour. It's, I forgot the date off the top of my head.
28.
29th or 28th, something like
That's
It's a Sunday afternoon.
that. Okay.
And the Palace Theater is really being very, very good to us in having a total price of $725, which includes the facility fee, which that's a greatly reduced rate. They're not charging us, for cleanup. It doesn't sound like, and that $725 includes the fee for the projectionist and lighting person, who will need to be there, and to put our, advertisement for the meeting up on the marquee. And so it's a total of $725. And I move that the board approve that expenditure from the Invisible History Funds, which we budgeted $1,000, and we've hardly touched it. I think we maybe spent 30. I think there was another fee early on that I thought we might take initially from the Invisible History grant funds, but it doesn't really fit there. And it's something the Rotary needs to cover. That's something that was spent for a long time ago. It's on the summary there.
Okay.
But we will still be under the $1,000 budget total that for Invisible History if we authorize this $725 now.
Does
So I move we approve $725.
Yeti ask for any additional funds for
No.
refreshments?
No, those are gonna be provided by hors d'oeuvres and such are gonna be provided by volunteers.
Okay.
And the Palace Theater is gonna open the bar and have somebody staffing the bar, and then we'll be selling drinks from the bar.
Okay. Very good. All right. So we have a motion. Do we have a second? Do all in favor say aye? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right. Thank you, Paul.
Another thing. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. Katie Nunez sent
Oh, thank you.
forward
for making
an email that she had received from, I guess maybe just students at Northampton High School. They're looking for donations to help with sponsoring their class of 23 senior trip to King's Dominion. And they asked for whatever contribution we might be able to afford. There are several levels of contributions. Bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Platinum is the highest, and that's only $200. So I think we ought to send them at least $200, and if somebody wants to make an argument for more than that. I want to hear it.
Okay, so you're moving that we get $200.
Okay.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, yeah, floor is open to discussion. What's your thought? Oh, you do it? Okay.
Yeah,
I
not,
don't know.
not only do it, but these are
Senior
high.
class of Northampton High School.
These are high
It's
school
just-
seniors.
Right.
I mean,
Are you serious?
Take that for granted.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, you say education, I open my purse.
Oh,
Yes.
do they say in their memo how much money it's going to cost or how much? I know they say the in and out would be appreciated. It's 200, you know.
No, they don't.
They don't
They gave
tell
the
us
total
the
amount
total.
that's needed.
Well, figure it out. It's gonna
They're
be a
having
couple of thousand. It's gonna be a couple of thousand.
Yeah, they're having various fundraisers, like car washes and stuff. But I don't think they'll have any money in any trouble in the end. We get whatever funds they need. But I think we ought to contribute something between
500.
200 and 500.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 500.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Cause you want to make
Well,
sure
that's a lot.
they get to go.
These are seniors who,
Yeah,
some of
I
them,
think 300 might be.
they're lucky to.
All right, let's compromise. How's it? All right.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's
Paul,
fine.
you're-
We have to.
Well, that seems kind of chintzy.
300? What a platinum level is 200.
They want to go to DC and they want to find out,
Well, I think.
Yeah. You know how they see.
Some of them didn't finish high school.
What are your thoughts?
My initial concern was, what does this open up for other requests? Okay, so.
You can always say no.
No, that's not bad.
But on the flip side, like I said, some of these kids haven't even been off the tour. And the opportunity to go to King's Dominion is probably not something they may ever have opportunity again to do.
Exactly.
So I'm torn, I could go either way. I think 300 is a good compromise. They're only asking for a max of 2, so I don't think we double it to 5, and I think we're opening ourselves up for trouble.
This, by the way, reminds me, there was something we were gonna pay for that chorus. I don't think we've ever paid it.
Really?
But we've asked the.
Well, who actually wrote the check?
Hadn't asked them to
I'll check.
get back to us about who to send it to.
Oh,
And
It's
then
probably because Brooke was gone, they were without a,
Who's
Chief
who's
financial
collecting that? Where is that? This being sent to?
oh, they said that's all in the letter.
go.
But it's going to the school.
Yeah,
Goes to-
go.
Yeah, it goes to
Go.
Kathy
Yeah,
Fox.
check
and-
to the school's address, Kathy Fox.
And she's solid as
May
well.
I just say,
Make
I
the check out Northampton outside the school.
was raised in Newport News, Virginia. I didn't know the shore existed until I came here to live. So,
And we would have donated thousands to bring
I
you.
wasn't even interested in coming over here. I did, I'm seriously, but that was when you had to take the ferry back and forth. And my high school team, football team, played the black high school over here. And I didn't even know it, and I was the sports editor for the year.
Okay.
I think they'll think
We-
$300.
Yeah, I think so. We have, okay, so the motion is $300.
And then my motion of 300.
Okay, and second, and all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Motion carries. $300. All right, now, I would like to, we don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm not sure where this will go. But, I'm gonna make two motions, on this opt-in, to resolve this opt-in, opt-out. And, I do believe that, our goals really are, one, to simplify the administration for the benefit of our treasurer and our secretary and our sergeant at arms. I think that we need to go to some sort of policy where basically you walk in the door, you pay. And I think that we need to end the what I consider abuses of vacation holds and or using this to vote on the quality of the food. And I think that this opt-in, opt-out, when I'm told it was started as a hardship membership to retain people who were who might otherwise have left the club, and it has gone way beyond that now. So, in the interest of attaining all of those goals, I am going to move that we
Well, you can't
create an e-membership. So I'm going to read this.
propose.
I'm going to propose. And here's the e-membership. And basically, it is intended to allow people to attend via any digital means you choose. Right now it's Zoom, and of course that is people that is then recorded. Bill, you not only get a copy of the proposal, but you also get mail. So it's good. It's good. Don't look that way. So the so basically what we have is I move that the Rotary Club of Cape Charles create an e-membership to allow members to attend meetings by digital means at a discounted membership rate. 1, the rate for this membership will be set annually by the board. 2, members must apply to the board to be granted this type of membership. 3, membership will be for the remainder of the club's calendar year, which currently ends June 30th. 4, members may elect to return to the regular membership status and rate at any time by notifying the treasurer and secretary. However, members may not return to e-membership status without approval of the board. 5, e-members who attend meetings in person will pay for their meals at a per meal rate set by the board. And I'd like to add a 6th, which is this policy will take effect on July 1st of this year, 2020.
For number 3, I'll do it.
No, I just want people to understand that our calendar year is not the, I mean,
That'll be July 1st.
it's June 30th every year. So,
Yeah, but you're saying, right, the way I read number 3 is you're wanting it to be in effect next quarter, which is April,
Okay.
May, June.
we're not there yet. So you're welcome to amend if you choose, but we need to put this on the floor, and for that, someone has to say, so move. And then someone else has to second.
I have,
When appropriate, we'd love to hear it.
okay,
So would anyone care to move this? So we can
Can I
start
ask for some
discussion.
clarification discussing?
I'll move it. I'll move it. So we
Okay,
can get
do
into
we-
discussion.
There we go. Second? All right. Now we're into discussion. Who would like, I think Holly, who would like to go?
I'll ask for some clarification.
Good.
Is this then, would this replace our opt-out?
Exactly.
Yeah, so-
Well, yes and no.
Or will
And the
eliminate
next,
the opt-out status?
the next motion will be to just do it. Opt-in. There won't be such.
Second question, the, so you could apply, you can start out, it sounds like, as a regular member, but at any time during the year ask to be changed to an e-member. And then you would be an e-member for the rest of the year.
That's exactly.
Okay.
my comment on that is that.
Paul done.
Well,
Further question?
but then you could also start out as an e-member, but members may elect to return to regular membership status and rate at any time. So you can be able to change them from e-member to a regular member during the year if you want to.
That's right.
So
This is any different.
so what's to keep people?
No. Oh, no, it's very different. It's very different because right now, people can opt for it and they can opt out.
No, I
Yeah,
mean, no, there's something you don't understand.
Yeah, that's right.
They can do it on a quarterly basis.
They can opt in quarterly, they can opt out quarterly, they can do what they want. Under this, the board controls it. And if someone, let's just say that someone did abuse it and use it for a vacation home, they get away with it one time. One time.
Like get away. That's what I don't understand.
They could
Get
say,
away.
if there were any abuse, if they were actually using it to
Well, let's define abuse, because I'm not. clear
No,
on
I
that.
get
And the reason
abuse
I,
means-
the reason I came to participate in this, because what I was hearing on Zoom, I wasn't happy with the tone of it. So I wanted to know what the discussion was.
Okay.
So I don't know what you mean by when you say abuse. What is that? What is abusing?
abuse, the opt-in, opt-out was a hardship.
No, I
was
don't think
created
it
as a
was.
hardship.
I don't think it was.
Well, that's
I
what
think
it
that might
was.
have been the first one, and it was tough. I had
No,
surgery.
you weren't.
and it- I wasn't, are you sure?
Now, I remember, I think somebody couldn't afford.
But that was after.
Paul is the one who started it.
Well, listen,
Okay.
in and out anytime you, because that means I have got to prorate the,
Oh.
the invoice anytime you want to opt in. I ain't doing
But
that.
see, it was never supposed to be whenever you want. It was supposed to be, like you said, on a quarterly basis. And that can be changed. But if I remember correctly, and I may not be fully informed, but I think we have one member where there was, I wouldn't have used the word hardship. Because the person just said, you know, I'm
Well,
gonna
I think somebody
resign.
said they, and there's more than one person, probably two people. Said they were gonna be gone for half the year or something.
See,
like
now
that,
it's a
and they didn't want
vacation
to-
home. That's
It-
exactly what I want to get away from.
For. And as far
He
as
takes
I
it
know,
back.
we had one member who did resign because of, you know, they had other family responsibilities and it just didn't work financially for them. And they were honest about it. They were upfront about it. That's the only one I know of, but people were bandying about that word hardship, and I don't think that was a part of it.
He takes it back. Hardships out. He never said it. So,
So, well, I don't know. I have never heard. It has never been. It is. I mean, the way Murphy describes it. Sorry, he's not here today. It was never intended as a vacation home.
But what are you talking about? What does that mean, vacation home?
It means I'm going out of town. I don't want to pay for my meals, so cut my rates.
There were people that were gonna be gone for half a year at a time. And they didn't think it was fair that they paid for the full fee and doing all their meals for that period of time. And the majority of the boys agreed with that. And it sounds like this would still allow for that. It's just that the board would have to approve people.
Well, it makes a lot of
individual
difference.
basis.
If what you want is if you want to have a snowbird membership for truly extended periods of time, then I would suggest we create a separate one and or an additional one, so that you know, so it's good for 6 months. Well, the leave of absence is
Yeah, that's
okay.
fair.
And that's one of the reasons that I wouldn't, that I just think making it needlessly complicated. If I had a vacation,
But you're using it too, but I don't know where it came from.
I just created it.
That vacation home.
What it means is I'm going on vacation. I don't want to pay for my.
That's a Jim Rich term.
Yeah.
But this is news to me. All of the discussion that we've had, you guys, for the first time, are saying the board intended to permit vacations home.
Stop calling it vacation home.
Vacation, we're talking about a 6-month period of time.
That's vacation. Now I'm coming back. It's not a hardship. It's not. Which is what I
They
mean.
thought it was a hard time to have.
Yeah. I mean, my point is, we have to solve this problem of people wandering the door, kind of, some pay, some don't. I mean, if you walk in the door, oh, you gotta pay.
I'm not sure that's everywhere. I'm not sure that's everywhere for the treasurer and so.
May I give you a summary?
Well,
We have 9 people who are on opt. One is on leave. One is the corporate member who doesn't come to the meeting. We have another member who works during the time that we have our meeting. They're on opt-out, they aren't going to come. We have a person who, for health reasons, and then we have 4 people who are opting out. I'm not sure why they chose to opt out, but
and they are, Chuck,
There, Chuck, David Dowdy, that's work. Rick Hubbard, Chuck, Hadley.
And of course, we get three.
Because I don't like to food.
Yeah, because it don't.
That- That's
He says-
unacceptable.
And all these
Well,
people
not-
would qualify for either.
Well, he says he's vegetarian.
No, I don't like the food.
Well, that's true.
So
I don't have an objection.
most of those people, let me go back to this.
High and noon.
Most of those people would still qualify for it. And really, the only ones who would not are Keller, Chuck, and there are only three on that list who would not qualify for E membership.
Why would that?
Because they don't attend by E,
The bill.
they just qualify. They attend in person.
Hey, Gary.
That's the status on it.
No.
Yeah. Well, I
What do you mean?
Team members.
Everyone else has to pay for their meals.
So is it?
No.
Is it?
If they attend they will pay for their meals.